Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? You know, it would not be right if black people were not missing on time. We set a certain time, but we're a little behind, but we're here now. We are here now, and we are live for our first episode. As you see, my name is Corey Holman. You got my boy LT, and you have the one, the only Ryan Hampton, the guy that seemed to held it down a little bit.
Technical difficulties.
But
Technical difficulties.
yeah. But we're here today to discuss the NFL playoffs. I know all of you are excited. Some of you are not because your team didn't happen to make it. But listen here, you can hear about teams that did make it, like the Minnesota Vikings, the Philadelphia Eagles, and the soon to be going home Miami Dolphins.
Come on now.
Y'all go in and introduce yourself how y'all wish.
My name's I go by LT Logan Hampton. Diehard Dolphin fan. Been a Dolphin fan since I was 6 years old. Now 36, so 30 years. Dolphins fans up, and hopefully we can get past the Buffalo Bills, get Tua back, and we can take it home this year.
Okay. I'm Ryan, and I'm a diehard Eagles. Love football though. And I was an Eagles fan. I was dodging and ducking. So it's all ball, man.
Hey, I didn't hear nothing you just said.
I didn't either, but
The messed up thing about LT,
I know my brother. I've been knowing.
head. Like
I've been knowing my brother. I've been knowing my brother for 36 years. Diehard Eagles fan. So it is what it is. Jump into it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do you like that. Hey, hell, for real, I got about 25% of the stuff you just said. What happened now? Say something happened?
My mic. I don't not know what's going on.
It's the mic. I'm gonna have to get you straight tomorrow. Hey, Ham, I'm gonna tell you what to do, man. Just call back in on your phone, man. Like that, just come back in on your phone, man. I'm bring you back in. We're gonna start it off though. All right. So we're gonna start with the go ahead and get this thing popping, get it moving. We're gonna go ahead and get it started with what you see across the ticker, Seattle and San Francisco. I'm gonna go ahead and start it up first. Uh it's an interesting game between hold on, let me
What's hurt?
yeah, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead start it off with San Francisco versus Seattle, which is a great game coming up. And like many people know that I think San Francisco might be the best team in the NFL right now. Um, I don't think it's a team that's showing up like San Francisco. And if we do happen to get past the Giant, I'm a Minnesota Viking fans. I do have a certain level of fear meeting up to San Francisco. I don't really believe we can beat them. And I think that's quite evident in Pete Carroll um interviews this week. He kind of showed the fact that he don't really want no parts of him. He sounded like he was a fan, if I may say so himself. I'm pretty sure he wants to coach San Francisco the way the sound of it. But not only are they getting healthy at the right time, but everything seems to be lining up perfect for this Super Bowl run. They starting off with a team that they have already beat early in the year. They beat them 27-7, like week 2, I believe. And then the second game was 21-13, the first game without Debo. Um, They seem to have found a gem in Brock Purdy. I have to say, I believe Brock Purdy is a better Jimmy Garoppolo. And if I was them, I would rock with him, and I wouldn't have any fear about going throughout this playoffs. He has turned loose and showed no signs of turning down. He seems like the one they can be confident in and going into these games, especially in that game against the Raiders. He did show up and show out and prove that he is a winner in the biggest moments. And as you can see, San Francisco, the biggest thing is the scoring. Not even they do have the number one defense, but their level of scoring. They in their past 6 games, they scored 33 points versus Miami, 35 points versus the Bucks, 21 points versus Seattle, 37 points versus the Commanders, 37 points versus the Raiders, and 38 points versus the Cardinals. That is a dominant performance. So I have to say that I believe the 49ers will beat Seattle, but as you see, they're -10 against the spread. 10 points is a lot. So I would, if I was a betting man, I would take Seattle against this. I would take Seattle with the 10 points. I think San Fran would beat them somewhere around 7 or 8 points. I do trust Seattle to be able to put up enough points, but not enough points to win. I definitely can say what Seattle has going for them. You never want to play a team 3 times. If you play them 3 times, most likely that's a bad place to be in. And the way that Seattle could win this game, if they were to win, if the running game would get to working. The last time they faced them, it did not happen to work. You see that old boy, the Seattle running back, had a pedestrian game. He only had 12 carries for 47 yards, and that's 3.9 per carry. And if I were to say that what's the 49ers X factor would be Debo. Debo did not play in the game that they did that they came short and they only beat them 21-13. Debo played in the game that they beat them 27-7. So if Debo's in that game, he's going to dominate. And that, if I had to be Seattle, I'd be fearful of that, especially with McCaffrey being there. They have not faced to level of threat that San Francisco is bringing. And with that, I'm gonna turn it on over to LT.
Yeah, I got the Seahawks and the 49ers. I got that final score being 28-20. I think the 49ers are a way more dominant team. The only way the Seahawks can get a win is if the wide receivers and DK Metcalf dominate the DBs, corners, and cornerbacks of the 49ers. That's the only way. I mean, they're pretty balanced. Other than, I mean, no, 49ers. I believe 49ers have all the power, each position by position, but the Seahawks wide receivers and the 49ers DBs are mirror opposites. So if DK can step up and be a man of himself and take over the game and put up 100, 140 yards, I could see the Seahawks winning that game. But if not, I'm taking the 49ers all day, 28-20. It should be an easy landslide of a victory. The projections, what Vegas is saying, I understand that, but you got to be fair to both sides. Give me the 49ers.
I like that score too. 28-20 is a good score, but I'm gonna bump it up probably about let's say I'll say 31-23, something like that. 31-23. Still at 8 points, but I just feel like San Francisco's scoring 30 points a game. I'm the only problem with 28. The only problem what I got with the score 28 is that it's not 30. I think they're going to light it up. There's nothing they can do to slow them down, and I think Seattle knows what's coming for them. So with that said,
you said 41-23.
No. 31-23.
31.
Same
Okay.
8 points. I give it the same 8 points. Just I gotta get San Fran 30 because I think Brock Purdy only scored less than 31 times since he's been playing. Other than that, he's been dominating. I mean, the one time he didn't score was the game after Debo got hurt. Other than that, I mean, I don't see them slowing them down, and especially not with what's the tight end? Kittle. Kittle is looking awesome.
He's been hot the last 5 weeks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Return to form. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. 100% return to form. And so the only thing I would have a problem with, I would say I wouldn't say I disagree with the point that I think DK is a little bit of the X factor, but I don't think unless you get that run game working, they're gonna pin the ears back.
I feel like with the 49ers and Seahawks game, I feel like it can be out of hand very quickly. With the 49ers defense being able to turn over the ball so much in the last past few weeks. And the Seahawks, if they don't score, even if it's not turnovers, because Geno hasn't been turning the ball over per se, but even if they're punting, the 49ers is capable, even with Brock Purdy, to come down the field and put up points. Even if it's a field goal, those field goals add up. So I feel like the Seahawks are going to have to lean on the passing game. They're going to have to lean on their receivers, maybe lean on some running backs in the quick screens and passing game. But I don't see them just being able to run the ball. Not to mention the 49ers, believe it or not, throughout the first 15 games of the season, the 49ers have averaged a -7 yards when running backs run between the tackles. That's very interesting to me. So when they run between the tackles, they're averaging throughout the course of the game a -6.7 yards. So I think it's going to have to, for the Seahawks to win, it's going to lead on the passing game.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I think the only way they will win if they somehow run the ball. Now, I do not think that's going to happen. That's the reason why I think they have no chance in winning this game. I think this is the most lopsided game in the entire playoffs. This game is already over. No, I wouldn't say the most lopsided.
But it's a division game. So it's two teams that's very familiar with each other. So it's gonna be very interesting to see how it all plays out. But the Seahawks, they don't have to lean on DK, but DK has to become a man week 1 the playoffs to beat the 49ers.
All right. Since that went on forward, let's go on to the next game.
Okay.
Jaguars on the Chargers at the Jaguars. You can go ahead and lead it off, LT, on this one.
Chargers and Jaguars. I'm picking the Jaguars to win this. They're at home. They've been hot. They have been hot. Their quarterback's been hot. Travis Etienne's been lighting it up. Even their receivers met all-time highs last week in receptions, catches, and yards. I think the Jags are going to win, but for the Jags to win, the Chargers can't score a lot of points. So I'm thinking it's going to be a kind of low score. I'm thinking Jaguars over the Chargers, 17-10. Give me the Jaguars. And I think their road to victory is their pass rushers against the Chargers offensive line. If they can put pressure on their quarterback, not allow Eckler to get it going. I think the Jaguars with their pass rush and their linebackers, Olakun, they got so many young defenders on their team. It's definitely not going unnoticed. Give me the Jaguars, 17-10.
17-10. That's a good point. Ryan Sumlin says possibly the upset of the wild card weekend. I think he's I hope he's referring to this game and not Seattle game. If you think Seattle,
yeah, I talked to Sumlin. He picked the Jags as well. He picked the Jags.
Oh, okay. Oh, That's an upset pick. What are you saying, Conroy?
That's his upset pick.
The Jaguars, you think they think the Jaguars is an upset?
It's the upset because I think the Chargers got a better record, but the Jaguars won a division, so they got the home field advantage. I'm not too sure, but the Jaguars been hot this year, early in the year, slowed down. Jaguars picked up week.
Let's pause. Ryan Sumblin is saying Seattle is going to upset the 49ers.
I'm going to have to write that down. Let me get a score to that.
Wow. So, hey, Sumblin, when you get a chance, post your score because no. Boy, that was
great. I got to see the score on that.
Conroy said he expect the Chargers to win. I'm gonna have to say I like the Jags. I like the Jags a lot in this game. And I'm gonna explain why. Number one, they played at the beginning of the year and the Jaguars waxed them. They beat them 38-10 soundly. They never looked like they had a chance in that game. From the point they came out, you got the same old Chargers, don't know how to hold on to the ball and not prepare for the moment. I like Trevor Lawrence. I like that he stepped up this year. He's looking like a thoroughbred quarterback. They look like they have somebody ready to take over right now. I like what the Jaguars are building. I believe they're a team for the future, and I do believe they're going to do damage in this playoffs, and I mean real damage, not just this week. They might just win too, and I'm telling you, be prepared for it. Trevor Lawrence in that game, he went 28 for 39. 262 yards and 3 touchdowns. He had a quarterback rating of 115. The Jaguars ran the ball down their throat. They was not ready for anything that the Jaguars had. And I mean, the only thing I could say that might help the Chargers is Keenan Allen. They did not have him in their first game.
That's true.
But I'm not like other people. I do not think Mike Williams. I'm kind of questioning, is he even?
I don't think he's playing. I think he's injured. I believe he's injured.
Okay, Joshua Palmer. I like Joshua Palmer as a two. I think he's a good two. Yeah. Somebody said 31-24 Seattle. 31-24 Seattle. We're gonna write that down.
I'm writing it down.
And I can agree. Jazz to the AFC Championship. I do believe the Jazz will upset possibly the Buffalo Bills. It'll be Buffalo, right?
Let me get your score prediction on
Kansas City, huh?
What's your? You never told me your score prediction.
Jazz. Chargers and Jazz. I think it's going to be 33 to 10.
Jaguars?
Yeah, I think the Jazz are going to blow them out. I think the Jazz are going to blow them out. And it's only a 1-point spread. I would take the Jazz heavy. Give them I think the Jaguars are going to beat the dog daylights out of the Chargers. Lopsided. The only thing I can say is Keenan Allen popping off. But I do not like number one, I do like what's the Chargers quarterback. I don't like him in big games. I do
Justin Herbert.
I do not like Justin Herbert in big games. I think the best quarterback in this game is Trevor Lawrence.
Ooh.
The best quarterback in this game is Trevor Lawrence, and by far.
Okay.
By far. Yeah. So we're going to wrap that up and go ahead and move to the next game. The next game would be the Dolphins and the Bills. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up since I got the shortest answer. I don't even think this is a game. We can go ahead and move on. Bills going to beat the daylights out of them. And I'm sorry, LT. It's nothing to say about the Dolphins are dealing with some pains right now, some struggles. We know that you can show the ring all you want. It hurts me and pains me to say this, but the Bills going to make quick work of the Dolphins. Without Tua, they really don't have a chance. And I don't care what the spread is. I'm taking Buffalo. Buffalo going to beat the dog daylights out of them. You can comment because that is your team. I'm gonna
comment, and I know we was breaking this down like 5 to 10 minutes each segment, but I'm going to take a deeper dive because we only got
Deeper
3 more
dive.
games left, and this is very important.
Hey,
The
get him,
Dolphins
Chad.
and the Buffalo Bills. Uh, if Tua Tagovailoa was playing with his 2 concussions, which he's been diagnosed with 2 concussions. I'm not a doctor. You're not a doctor. We're not physicians and anything. He's had 2 concussions and a back injury and an ankle. He's not playing this game. I think if he had played, we would beat the Dolphins would beat the Buffalo Bills.
Hold on, LT. Hey,
Okay.
chat. Spam. If was a fifth, we all be drunk, man. Spam that in the chat, y'all. If was a fifth, we be drunk right now, man. Come on now. Come on
Okay.
now. What we talking about right here? He
All
not
right.
playing.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What do you think should happen with Tua? Do you think he should retire, call it quits, give it to next year? I really want your honest opinion on this.
My honest opinion is they didn't pour it in too much of Tua just to move on. Number one, they lost their first round pick by going after Brady. And so now they kind of hedged their bets by doing that, losing the first round pick, and now they only got one. They kind of stuck with them a little bit, but I would hedge my bet. I would go out and get a quarterback in this draft, and I would be
How early? How early would you go get a quarterback in this draft?
I used the one.
you use your first pick that you was available to get a quarterback.
Yeah. Conroy says if Teddy plays, I think they have a chance. Teddy ain't no scrub. And
Teddy's not playing. Teddy has a broken thumb, I believe. It's a pinky or thumb. He's not. He is playing. He's the designated backup. Just in case Skylar Thompson gets hurt.
Hey, Conroy, please respond to that. Now that you hear that, Teddy's not playing, do you think they have a chance? I don't think they got a shot at the world.
I think me being a Miami Dolphins fan, I know I've been following the game of us in 2022 from the offseason, the draft process, all of that. I know that Skylar Thompson is better than Teddy Bridgewater. I know that. What I will say is, by not having Teddy Bridgewater, our win percentage goes from about 80% to down to less than 20% without Teddy Bridgewater. Now, I do think Dolphins win this game. It ain't got nothing to do with the head, but I do think Dolphins win this game only under one condition. Now, Raheem Mostert is not playing because he's hurt. He broke his pinky. He broke his pinky. He's not playing. He's doubtful.
Hold on. I don't believe I heard you correctly. You say who gonna win?
The Miami Dolphins, and I'm gonna tell you why. Whenever you're ready, I'll tell you. I'll explain why. Now, with Raheem Mostert not playing, it gives more opportunities for Jeffrey Wilson. I think he's a bigger, better running back, more established, more able to be more productive against the Buffalo Bills. You can bro. Hey, I'm over here. We ain't talking to the chat. Now, the thing is missing.
No, I'm laughing at something. Somebody said, I think the Dolphins have a chance.
Hey, I talked to him earlier and I wrote it down. He said the Dolphins was gonna win.
Oh, Dolphins gonna win. Okay.
Yeah, he said the Dolphins
picking all the upsets.
But this is my monologue until the Dolphins and Bills game. So let me dive into it. Let me get that. Let me get that right.
I apologize.
All right, so the Miami Dolphins will not be playing Raheem Mostert, which means Jeffrey Wilson comes in. Now with Raheem Mostert, he played kickoff, he played punt return, and he will also start the first down, the first snap, first and second snaps, and the backup would come in, whether that be Ahmad Bradshaw or Jeffrey Wilson. I think this game is more predicated on Jeffrey Wilson being a dominant dog, averaging more yards if they were both to play together. But it leaves one vacant spot, actually two: the kick return and the punt return. Now, last week, Skylar Thompson only had 152 passing yards. So where do we get those lost yards at? Those lost yards are going to come if Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle returns punts and kickoffs. We also going to need a lot of we're gonna need at least 2 turnovers to win that game. It is a long shot for the Buffalo Bills to lose to the Miami Dolphins, but it's possible. And the only reason why I think it's possible is because Raheem Mostert is not playing in this game. It's gonna give more opportunities for faster playmakers, and Raheem is all out fast, but it's gonna give a head coach. Our head coach needs to put the best players in the best positions, and I think that's the only way we can beat the Buffalo Bills. If it's snowing, and people are able to create snowballs, I don't think we can win this game.
I think your head coach needs to pray.
Say it again.
Your head coach need to pray, because it's gonna take an act of God for y'all to beat Buffalo Bills, man.
Okay.
It's gonna take
my final score. If you're ready, my final score is 27-24. 27-24 Miami.
Miami.
Yep.
You gonna stick with that?
Yes, sir. What's yours?
I'm gonna say something respectful, because you right here, even though I think it's gonna be 27-10.
27-10.
27-10. I think we're gonna turn that game off.
You said we? Okay.
The game comes on at 1. The game gonna be off at 2:30. Everybody gonna go ahead and get their day started. Say, yeah, we're gonna go out there and get blood. You know what I'm saying? Get the grill, get the coals lit. They're gonna go ahead and have the game playing in the background like a baseball game. Yeah, y'all don't stand not one chance. But I digress. I'm not gonna insult you. I know that's your team. I know you got high hopes. I have 0 for you. So you can go ahead and take that to heart, because I know this next game coming up, you're gonna attack this game just because I said it. But if Tua was playing, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I would think y'all have a great chance of winning this game. But Tua's not playing. That's the reason why I don't give y'all a chance.
Okay.
All right. We'll move on to the Giants and the Vikings. As y'all see, this hit right here. I'm not as confident in saying that we're gonna beat the Giants. I never like playing a team twice. I think anytime you play a team twice, you got to change things up. You can't go out with the same game. Things I would like to say, I know a little bit about football. So what the Giants like to do, they got 4 down linemen. That means when you have 5 offensive linemen, you leave a gap, most likely the B gap. They have a dude in Dexter Lawrence. Is Dexter Lawrence, right? The defensive tackle. And what's that? Trayvon Thibodeau. The thing about Thibodeau, they like to line him out wide. And the problem is, with this game, my right tackle is hurt. My right tackle is my second best lineman. We have Christian Darrisaw on the left tackle. He's our best lineman. And our right tackle
is he playing?
Yeah, Christian Darrisaw is playing. He's been back.
He's not playing. He's not playing.
Christian
I don't believe he's playing. I don't think he's playing.
My right tackle is out. And my center.
You said Darrisaw is playing?
Yeah, Darrisaw been playing for a couple games now. Yeah, Darrisaw is playing. But my right tackle, he slightly towards Achilles in the Green Bay game. And that kind of hurts us, because now we have to set up a guy by the name of Oli Udoh. He's a strong and a mammoth of a man, but the problem with Oli Udoh, he doesn't do well in space. Trayvon Thibodeau likes to line out wide, so he can set up the pass rush a lot easier. While him lining up wide, he'll force Oli Udoh to kind of try to not operate where he wants to operate in. He can really do work. But what I would do if I were the Minnesota Vikings, what you would do, because he likes to line up wide, you would want to run through that big gap. You want to run the ball at him. So instead we like to run mostly 11-man personnel. With 11-man personnel means the way that you say that means it's 1 tight end and 1 running back. Everything else fills in at wide receiver. So most likely you'll have 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, and 1 running back. That's 11-man personnel. I think they should change this up to 13 personnel. That's 3 tight ends and 1 running back, and leave you with I think that's one wide receiver, right? So 5 down, 9, 3.
11. You
Yeah,
said 11
it'll
personnel
be
with
2
two
wide
tight ends,
receivers.
right?
11
11
on
personnel
first
with
down.
two tight
Nah,
ends,
it's
one running
one.
back.
It's one. The first one is the amount of running backs, and the second one is the amount of tight end. So 13 personnel would be one running back and 3 tight ends, and it'll be 2 wide receivers. So because we have Irv Smith Jr. back, we can line up with Irv Smith Jr. and the other 2 tight ends, and we can really run the ball. I really want them to run the ball and quite possibly put some pressure on Daniel Jones. We do have Danielle Hunter out there, and we can he's been coming on strong lately. And now that we're a little bit healthy at the linebacker spot, I really look forward to this being a good game, but not if I was picking the spread, we only have a 3.5 point advantage over the Giants. I would put the Giants against the points. I think we'll beat the Giants probably by 1 or 2 points. It's going to be a close game. And it could go the other way. I think we're very, very close teams. And if the Giants were to pull it out, I wouldn't be surprised. I think the problem with my team, they're a good team, but they're not consistent. Consistency comes because this our first year in this offense, and that's anybody with a new offense. We put up a lot of points. I think we're the number 8th scoring offense in the league right now. But the problem with that, we could be better. We could stand to be better. Our defense is 31st right now. We give up a lot of points. Daniel Jones, the last time he played us, he put up the most yards he put up against any team in his career. He had a career day versus us. But we tend to change things up. At first, we running things in shell coverages and cover 6. Now we running a lot of cover 1 and man coverage. And that's what I got to say about the game. On to you, LT.
What's your score? You said
My score is
20, did you say
23
I think
21. 23
2018? 2018?
no 20 no 23 21. 23 21. I go with that. That's a good score. 23 21.
Yeah, the Vikings.
Yeah, 23 21 Vikings. We got some. Let me see what the chat say. Giants. Conroy, you gonna do me like that?
I mean, it's honestly, to me, this is the upset of the playoffs right here. And you might think it's the Dolphins. You might think it's the Dolphins beat the Bills being an upset, but that's not quite an upset to me. I think the biggest upset would be the Giants versus the Vikings.
My brother, how is that? Now I'm gonna give you your time to explain that. You're not just about to say it like that. I give you
give
no,
me the Giants. Give me the Giants, and I'm gonna tell you why. Their pass rushers, Thibodeau, Ocean, from ODU. Dexter. Their pass rushers are so talented, able to get to the quarterback, able to stop the run. And what I've heard was the Vikings are going to be losing 3 down linemen, 3 offensive linemen this year. I mean, for this playoff game. You said Darisaul's playing. I've heard from different sources, another source, that Darisaul hasn't played. He didn't play last week as well. I'll check it. I'll check it in a minute, but I heard Darisaul didn't play, and he's not playing this week. With the Giants pass rushers, with Daniel Jones being so strong this year, contract year, he's probably going to make an estimate, probably $28 million a year. Even if the Giants don't re-sign him, he'll go somewhere and be a productive quarterback for that team, that system. I just see the Giants upsetting the Vikings in Minnesota, 17-24.
all right.
Their run game is strong. The Vikings linebackers are getting back healthy. See how that go. I mean, and when they're all healthy, they have 2 legitimate linebackers. And
Give me a second, right quick. I'm gonna share something on my screen so you see it. All right.
I knew this was coming.
You see this right here. It's no Christian Darrisaw on the injury report. That's it right
Did he
there.
play last week? Did he play last
Yeah.
week though?
He didn't
He
play
played last week?
ever since he came back. He's been back for about 3 weeks now. It's not hurt.
Mm.
My right tackle is on
All right,
IR.
I'll talk to my source. I'll talk to my
Yeah,
source.
there you go. I mean, Garrett Bradbury, our center, is a full participant. Full. So you see right now, the person we did is Cameron Dancer. So nah, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying, well, I am saying you're wrong.
My source could have been incorrect. I'll check back with my source and I'll get back to you about that. But my score is 28 to 10. Give me 28 to 10. Yeah. The game is so close to a night game. Everybody's gonna be watching it. The Vikings quarterback, Kirk Cousins, doesn't perform well in primetime games when he's the only one looked at. I just don't see Kirk Cousins. And the thing with the Vikings, this is what I'm gonna say. The thing with the Vikings, the Vikings will win a Super Bowl, or at least get to the Super Bowl when they realize that their best player on that football team is at the running back position and not at the wide receiver position. When they target a wide receiver 17 times a game and there's nobody on the other side doing anything. Adam Thielen last week, the week before that, Justin Jefferson put up one catch for 16 yards. And I said, Adam Thielen, no, he had one catch for 15 yards. I said, Adam Thielen would never do this. The following week, Adam Thielen had one catch for 4 yards. So he did do that. When you target a wide receiver 17 to 19 times a game, and you have no legitimate wide receiver on the other side or in the slot, not consistently putting up numbers, consistently being productive, I'm gonna until they figure out that they need to go to the run game with Dalvin Cook or Madison, they're gonna lose this game. And I think that's what they're gonna try to do. Try to break records with a wide receiver instead of winning football games. Because every time they've lost a game, that's been the case.
All right, let me respond. Hey, chat, y'all smell that? That's called hate. That's hate. That's what hate smell like. It's strong too. It's strong. It's a nice aroma of hate. That's what it is. A nice aroma of hate. That's
okay.
So, Convo, I'm gonna respond to you first because it's a nice segue into the response to the stuff that LT said. Right? Do I trust Captain Kirk? It's not the question. I mean, at the end of the day, you have Captain Kirk on one side and you have Daniel Jones on the other side. So the question is, with the quarterback, do I trust more? I think Captain Kirk is a way better quarterback than Daniel Jones. That's the question here. Now, the point of him saying is the game is too close to 8:30 games. Well, I can bring up Kirk Cousins' statistics in 4:30 games. Kirk Cousins has been awesome. He has tied the record for the most four-quarter comebacks in the NFL history with 8 this year. He has played excellent. But the point is, I trust the talent around Kirk more than I trust the talent around Daniel Jones. At the end of the day, Justin Jefferson is the best wide receiver in the NFL. Hemp, he hates this. He hates this fact because he's a Miami Dolphin fan, Tyreek Hill's there. But at the end of the day, I'm pretty confident in saying that Justin Jefferson is the best wide receiver in the NFL. If he's the best player on the team, you target him as many times as possible.
But is he better than Dalvin at his respective position?
Huh?
Do you think that Justin Jefferson, as great as he is, I definitely think he earned it. He's the number one wide receiver, but is he better than Dalvin Cook at his respective position?
I think Justin Jefferson is the best at his position to anybody at their position. It's not a person that played their position in football better than Justin Jefferson plays wide receiver.
He's a better wide receiver than Patrick Mahomes as a quarterback. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Compared to the competition.
There's no comparison. You said what you said. We can move on to that. Let me write that down.
My boy spamming
You
it.
said, you said Justin Jefferson.
Was
Wow.
it showing stop it? I'm telling the facts.
Justin Jefferson last week. Justin Jefferson had 1 catch for 15 yards, right?
I gave you your monologue. Let me finish responding, brother.
All right. Okay. Justin
The
Jefferson.
reason why I say Justin Jefferson is the best, I think Justin Jefferson can single-handedly win the game. You can throw the ball to Justin Jefferson. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. What teams are doing to try to stop him? You're not like Jair Alexander talks trash, right? About shutting down Justin Jefferson. But if you watch that game,
he talked trash about Tyreek too in the
Jair Alexander is not guarding Justin Jefferson one-on-one. He is not stepping out.
He held him. He guarded him 6 times, and Justin Jefferson had 1 catch for 15 yards.
And what did he do? Hold on. He had a safety over the top. He pressed.
Hey, you can say a safety over top. You can also say a tight end going through the seam, bro. That it's the same thing.
Let me finish what I was saying. Ryan Summerlin's in the chat, and he understands. If you play cover 2, press, cover. He has a safety over top. He does not have to worry about the deep ball because he has help. So at the end of the day, he's pressing up on Justin Jefferson with a safety over the top. He's not D'ing him up. He's not trusting. At the end of the day, Justin Jefferson get double teamed every game. Let's be real. But I'm not arguing this. If y'all believe that, y'all believe that. All y'all want to say y'all believe the Giants will win. It's quite possible the Giants will win. What I would say is ridiculous that you think they will win by that much. But I will say when the Vikings lose, they tend to get blowed out. So maybe if it's a close game, I take us win. If we lose, then maybe it will be a blowout. So let's move on to the next game. I'm not going to dwell on this all day. We're going to move on to another easy game, I do believe, and it's the Ravens and the Bengals. I think we can at least agree. We at least can agree all throughout this chat that the Bengals are going to win this game. The Bengals are going to win, and I don't even care if Lamar Jackson was to play. I do think the Bengals would still win this game, even if Lamar Jackson were to play. It would not. And I think that game is going to be another lopsided game. Another lopsided game. I take the Bengals winning that game 35-17. 35-17.
I like that. I don't want to say the same score, but I agree. I think the Ravens have a better chance to win this game than they have a better chance of re-signing Lamar Jackson next year. I think neither one of them is possible. Lamar Jackson is gone after this year. He doesn't want to. Ravens had an opportunity to sign him. They chose not to. They and they're not going to win this football game. The Bengals are at home. The Bengals are fresh. They had a week off, believe it or not. They had a week off, week before last. They just played the Ravens. They beat the Ravens. Now it's the same team. Nothing changed. Lamar's not playing. The Bengals are going to beat the Ravens. They're going to beat the Ravens. It's not going to be as high as you said it. I don't think the Ravens scored but 13 points. So I'm going to put 13 for the Ravens. And Bengals, give me 20-13.
20-13.
20-13 Baltimore.
I think that's about the same. +4, 32.
I think the Ravens got a really good defense. They got a really good defense. They just paid their middle linebacker all that money. He's going to be able to try to contain Mixon. It's going to be a passing game. And Baltimore got really good corners. I don't see them scoring 30 plus points, but I also don't see the Ravens scoring a whole lot of points as well. Now with TJ Huntley, he's a good backup quarterback, but I don't think he's a playoff quarterback.
All right,
Give
chat.
me
Y'all spam y'all picks.
28-13.
All right. I don't think it's a chance. I think we can go ahead and move on. I'm pretty sure chat y'all agree, unless y'all gonna pick another underdog like y'all been picking. Y'all love some underdogs. I want to go ahead to the game that Ryan Simon been sitting on this chat all along to hear about. All along to hear about. Cowboys versus Buccaneers. Cowboys versus Buccaneers. Yes. You can go ahead and start on off LT.
Yeah, let me jump into it. I'm taking the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys are they've been sluggish the last few weeks. Dak has not been performing like a top 10 quarterback. He's not been performing like a quarterback deserves $45 million a year. But I think they fix it this week against Buccaneers, who's also been real sluggish. Tom Brady, he only played a quarter and a half last week. Was 13 for 17 last week. He wasn't very, very good. They put in their backups. That game, you really couldn't determine what was the factor in it. I just think the Cowboys, with their pass rush, the Bucs offensive line being banged up. My only gripe about against the Cowboys, and I talked to someone about this. I talked to him this morning, and a lot of Cowboy fans feel like the best player on their defense is Trevon Diggs, and I don't think it is. I think Trevon Diggs is the biggest liability out there. He can win you the game and he can lose you the game. But I think the Cowboys are more enough equipped to beat the Bucs head on than Diggs losing the game for him. He's a good corner. But I think Cowboys fans think he's a top 5 corner, but I think he's a top 25 corner. I don't think he's that good. Give me Cowboys. Let me write this down. Give me Cowboys. (28-24) Cowboys.
28-24 Cowboys. That's a high scoring game.
Yeah, Diggs gonna get beat a couple times, so that's why the Buccaneers gonna get their points.
I like the Bucs. Give me the Bucs. I like Brady. I mean, anybody that know me, and I'm pretty sure somebody's in here, he know never go against Brady. I've been talking that for years. He know that's my number one. I never go against Brady. Brady has showed me time and time again. I believe I started watching football in '89. I mean, in '98. 98, I started watching football. Tom Brady been winning Super Bowl since 2000. I do
yeah.
2000, cuz. It's 2023. That man been winning football for 23 years. I won't go against that man. And I'm pretty sure Ryan, if he were to, we would strap him down and hook him to a lie detector test and ask him, do he feel confident?
He told me at first he was pushed. He said, I think the Bucs gonna win. And then I talked to him about it, and he like, you know what? Give me the Cowboys. Cowboys gonna win. And he picked the Cowboys. I got an S by his name. He put the Cowboys. He picked the Cowboys to beat the Bucs.
Let me give you some statistics out here. Tom Brady is 7-0 versus the Cowboys and plays well. He has averaged 61% on his passes, 2.1 touchdowns and 0.7 interception and a 95 quarterback rating. Dallas can win Dallas could win this game if their pass rush will return to form. Their pass rush has been a shell of themselves. I think the last dominant game they had was against the Minnesota Vikings. 1-4 on grass, but I think we'll get over the hump. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't doubt. I think the Cowboys are the better team, but the problem is the Cowboys has yet to show up when they should. They
Right.
do not show the best version of themselves. They constantly
They show up on primetime games, though. They
they
show up on
play down
primetime
the
games.
competition. They play down the competition.
They
This is
do.
a that you cannot afford to play down the competition. Tom Brady will take advantage
He
of
will
that.
eat you up in the last 2 minutes. Yeah.
It is not the time. Like you can't afford to come out like a game that you had against the Texans. You can't play Tom Brady like that because Tom Brady is not going to lose that game. If you sit around and play around, Tom Brady is going to put away. We already have seen that Mike Evans and Tom Brady are they're getting it started. They are starting
They
to get.
yeah, but they wait a long time to get it started. And last week, Mike Evans got off the week before last, but last week Mike Evans was a shell of himself. He was not. He
Yeah,
won't looking that good.
I
Tom
would say
Brady won't either, but Tom Brady only played like a quarter and a half.
I can see 49ers probably beating the Cowboys like the Redskins beat them. But I'm gonna be respectable. And I'm gonna say 22-13. 22-13. I think
Buccaneers.
Buccaneers. I'm going for the Bucks. And the Bucks gonna go up by they're gonna go for the 2 to go ahead and put it away. 22-13. Hard game. They're gonna put the 2 and they can score and go up by 9 in the game. Seal the deal. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so what picks do we got again? I want to write this down and make sure we get it. You said you had San Fran.
I had San Francisco winning 28-20. You had San Francisco winning. You had San Francisco winning 31-23. Sumlin picked Seattle 31-24.
Seattle 21. All right, he picked Seattle. All right, so then Jacksonville.
Jacksonville Jaguars. I picked Jacksonville 17-10. You picked Jaguars to win 33-10. Some of them chime in on that one.
Simon, put your pick in the on in the chat, man, when you get a chance. So the next game after that would be the Buffalo game.
Buffalo. I got Miami winning 7. I got Miami winning 27-24. And you got Buffalo winning 10-27.
Sumner got Jacksonville. What score you got, Sumner? And then let's say we got Minnesota Vikings.
I got the Giants to win 28-10. You got the Vikings to win 23-10.
All right. All right. Then late night game we got Bengals and the Ravens.
Bengals and the Ravens. I got you got the Bengals winning 35-17, and I got the Bengals winning 28-13. 35-17, 28-13.
The Jacksonville game Sumner got 35-21.
Jacksonville.
35-21. We'll get the rest of his picks. Go ahead in. And the last game, Cowboy game.
Cowboys. I have 28-24. Give me the Dallas Cowboys.
And I got 22-13. Yeah. 22-13 was an odd number. It's a hard number to hit, but I think one of those freaky type numbers. The Cowboys always have a strange type game. I think it's going to be a strange game. So we did make it in underneath an hour. So just to give y'all a quick rundown of the next shows coming up, we will be shooting an episode after every game. It will be a fresh reaction after every day of every game. Anyway, not after every game, but every day of every game. So Saturday games, after the last game, after the sound of the last whistle, we'll be going live to respond to those games and to talk about what we did and all the things that went on during the games that we were surprised. You'll get a live reaction. Obviously, tune in Sunday because both of our teams plays, and you definitely can react to LT crying his eyes out to the loss, and possibly me crying my eyes out to a loss. And we're all Sunday will be Monday will be an interesting thing because Hamp, the other one, usually this is me, LT, Hamp, and Sumlin, but Sumlin couldn't quite make it because he had other engagement. And, Hamp has some technical difficulties that we will be getting right. And but I'll be over there with Hamp and we'll watch the game together and we'll live react after that. So please tune in, catch as many episodes as you can, and I promise you it'll we'll bring the heat every single time. And I want to quit get your Super Bowl favorites, LTY have you. Please.
I want to give my Super Bowl favorite. Also, I want to give a nugget, and I want you to do some research on this. But my Super Bowl favorite is the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh, you want to read?
But I also want you to do some research on this guy named Mitch Morse.
Mitch Morse.
A lot of people saying Tua needs to retire. Tua had 2 concussions. Oh, now they're saying 4 concussions. I just want you to. I want to have this noted that this guy named Mitch Morse. He's the Buffalo Bills starting center. He's had 6 concussions. No one's talking about it. Why? Look up Mitch Morse, the starting center, also the captain of the Buffalo Bills. And guess what? He's playing Sunday against the Miami Dolphins after having another concussion last week. Do some research. Why are they asking Tua to resign? That's it. That's all I got.
My boy gonna die with this hill, boy.
That's all I got.
You gonna die with this? You gonna die with this Tua hill, boy. You gonna die with this.
Mitch Morse. Do some research.
I'm gonna look him up, and I'm
gonna. Nobody's talking about him. Nobody's asking him to retire.
I'm just saying, I don't think Tua should retire. I don't think he should retire, but I do think the Miami Dolphins should get back up because obviously the guy has yet to stay healthy throughout his career, even his college career. He has never been a healthy guy. And in the NFL stands for not for long. Not for long. You're not going to be there for long. Like, listen here, if the guy cannot stay on the field, the number one ability is availability. If he ain't going to stay on the field, you got to move on. And I'm telling you good news. Because after you made that Bradley Chubb move, after y'all got Bradley Chubb, you didn't make that move because you want to win later. You want to win now. I think the big thing you could, I would personally, what I would do. You want to know what I would do?
What's that?
I would move on for Tua and go out and get Tom Brady. I would take a shot at Tom. Obviously, want him.
The money don't make sense though. You got Tua on a rookie contract, and then Tom Brady gonna get his. So
we'll crunch the numbers next time we come in, but
for sure.
So that's our time for this evening, y'all. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I appreciate y'all support. Please like, share, subscribe, and next time we'll have YouTube up because I know a lot of people don't have Facebook, but we plan on doing this. We plan on going in. We plan on keeping these episodes rolling out. Thank you, and goodbye.
Peace.